The Kuril Islands are a volcanic archipelago. They stretch from Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula to Japan's Hokkaido. This chain of islands is the heart of a long-standing territorial dispute between Russia and Japan. The dispute has roots in centuries of shifting control and agreements. The current impasse stems from the closing days of World War II. In 1945, the Soviet Union, under Stalin, seized the entire Kuril chain. This included the four southernmost islands, Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, and Habomai. Japan surrendered, yet the Kuril Islands dispute prevented a formal peace treaty with Russia. The Soviet action, seen by Japan as an illegal seizure, remains a major point of contention. This ongoing dispute has significantly impacted relations between the two nations. It has prevented a full normalization of ties and continues to be a source of diplomatic tension. The 1951 San Francisco Peace Treaty ended the war between Japan and the Allied forces. However, the Kuril Islands issue was left unresolved. The Soviet Union did not sign the treaty. Japan renounced its claims to the Kurils in the treaty, but it did not recognize Soviet sovereignty over them. This ambiguity left the door open for future disputes. Since then, negotiations between Japan and Russia have been intermittent and unsuccessful. Both sides have dug in their heels, unwilling to compromise on their claims. This stalemate has led to a situation some call a frozen conflict. It is a low-intensity standoff characterized by mistrust and a lack of progress. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates on global conflicts and geopolitical issues. Japan's position on the Kuril Islands is clear and unwavering. The four southernmost islands, they argue, are an inherent part of Japan's territory. They view Russia's continued control as an illegal occupation that violates international law. Japan's claim is deeply rooted in a sense of historical injustice stemming from the Soviet Union's actions in the final days of World War II. Central to Japan's stance is its steadfast refusal to recognize Russia's 1945 annexation of the southern Kurils. This non-recognition policy is a cornerstone of Japan's foreign policy towards Russia. It presents a significant obstacle to achieving a peace treaty. Japan's government has consistently maintained this position across different administrations. This demonstrates the issue's importance to Japan's national identity. This unresolved territorial dispute and the lack of a formal peace treaty have cast a long shadow over Japan-Russia relations. This frozen war is not a hot conflict with military engagement, yet it represents a significant point of friction. It prevents the two countries from achieving their full potential in terms of economic and political cooperation. Japan argues that Russia's occupation disregards Japan's historical claims and violates international law. They point to historical documents and treaties to support their stance. Japan has consistently raised this issue in international forums. They seek to garner support for their position and put pressure on Russia to negotiate a resolution. Beyond the historical and territorial arguments, the Kuril Islands dispute carries significant financial and strategic weight. The islands are located in a region rich in marine resources. They are also believed to hold substantial undersea gas reserves. This raises the stakes for both Japan and Russia. Japan looks to the example of Sakhalin Island. They relinquished it in exchange for the Kuril Islands. Significant gas deposits were later discovered in Sakhalin's maritime zone. This fuels Japan's belief that similar resources may lie near the Kurils. This strengthens their resolve to regain the islands. The potential economic benefits of the Kuril Islands are significant. Adding to the economic interests, the Kuril Islands hold strategic importance. They sit astride vital sea lanes. This strategic value, combined with economic benefits, makes the dispute intractable. Finding a solution that satisfies both sides is difficult. The Kuril Islands dispute, long a frozen conflict, has experienced renewed tensions in recent years. This is largely due to Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine and the ensuing global repercussions. Japan, in solidarity with its Western allies, imposed sanctions on Russia. This further strained relations. It pushed the prospect of a resolution to the Kuril Islands dispute further out of reach. Russia responded to Japan's sanctions with retaliatory measures. They withdrew from peace treaty talks. They also increased their military presence in the Kuril Islands. This includes deploying advanced missile systems. These actions have heightened anxieties in the region. They raise concerns about a potential escalation of the dispute. The future remains uncertain. Stay informed on international conflicts. Subscribe and follow for more updates.